Hey everybody, Franklin Gonzalez here, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about the best supplement that anybody who is getting into bodybuilding can take. Creatine. So, if you're barely getting into bodybuilding, you have probably heard the term creatine one way or another. And if you're into bodybuilding and you don't know what creatine is, then you're living under a rock. So there are many forms of creatine, but today the only creatine that I'm going to be talking about is the most proven creatine monohydrate. Creatine monohydrate comes in a powder form and can be found in many supplement stores and can be even found on Amazon for super cheap. Creatine monohydrate is said to help improve physical activity and help you lift harder and lift for a longer period of time. According to WebMD, creatine is a natural substance that turns into creatine phosphate in the body. And what creatine phosphate does is help produce more ATP. So if you haven't taken many health classes, ATP is pretty much the energy that helps the muscles move and react quicker. So if creatine does what it says and makes more ATP, then in turn, you have more energy to use at the gym. ATP is energy. Energy that the muscle uses to work out harder. So, for example, let's say I'm doing bicep curls and I don't use creatine. My muscle will reach failure quicker than when I'm on creatine. So let's say I reach failure after 10 reps of 30 pounds. Let's just say that. If I'm on creatine, I could probably hit that 12 to 15 rep range, therefore causing the muscle to be under more stress and in turn creating more muscle in the future because this muscle worked out harder because I'm on creatine. After the first week of creatine, you'll most likely gain 2 to 4 pounds, but that's just water weight because what the creatine does is saturate your muscle cells with creatine, and since creatine brings in water, your muscle cells will enlarge because they'll be more saturated with water, they'll be filled with water, and by having bigger muscle cells, you'll be more likely to be able to lift heavier weight and lift for more amount of time.
Steroids.
Not fucking with you. Creatine is not steroids. There have been no proven side effects of creatine. Creatine goes through your livers and kidneys and gets filtered through there. So if you have problems with your liver and kidneys, creatine is not something you should take. Since creatine is rather new, there haven't been any long-term studies of the adverse effects of creatine, so we don't really know what will happen down the line. But for most cases, creatine does work in improving your physical ability and helping you lift harder for longer amounts of time. Creatine helps the muscle recover quicker during exercise. So if you finish a set of bicep curls from taking creatine, you will be more able to quickly get back and do your other set because your muscle will recover quicker because it is producing more ATP and also is saturated with water and it's a bigger muscle overall. According to Men's Health, research shows that creatine is most effective in high intensity training and explosive activities like weightlifting. So if you're weightlifting, taking creatine is something you should consider taking if you want to maximize your ability. Men's Health also states the creatine that you should take is the powder creatine, so this type of creatine. It says not to take the pills or the liquid because the body doesn't metabolize that well. One thing to keep into consideration while taking creatine is to stay hydrated. Since the creatine is sucking up all the water from your body and putting it into your muscle cells, your body will be dehydrated. So keeping hydrated is very important because if you're not hydrated at the gym, you'll most likely get cramps, and that's not good because if you get a cramp while doing a heavy lift, you can fuck your shit up. If you take creatine, you will gain weight, but that is just water weight. So, in my opinion, if you're a bodybuilder, you should take creatine because if you're like me and want to maximize your ability at the gym and lift the most weight you can, you should take creatine. Currently, I'm on a cut and the pre-workout I'm taking doesn't contain creatine, but once I start my book, I'll start taking creatine again. But here's the thing. You can't take creatine on and off willy-nilly because your muscles have to be saturated with creatine every single day. Every day you need to take 3 to 5 grams of creatine in order for your muscles to be saturated with it. and you can't take breaks because then your muscles become unsaturated and the effects of the creatine will not last. Some people say you need to cycle off creatine. Some people say you don't. Most of the research I've seen says you don't need to cycle off creatine. Don't cycle off creatine if you don't want to. At the end of the day, you'll have worse results if you cycle off because you'll have a time where you're not on creatine, and then when you start taking it, it's going to be a week or two where you have to saturate your muscles again with creatine in order to get the same results you had before. Creatine will help you lift more weight and put more strain in the muscle, and because you can do that, that muscle will more quickly grow because it is under more strain than before. And since creatine helps create more protein synthesis, your muscle will recover quicker. You'll be able to have more work on your muscles and you'll be able to work harder at the gym, and that leads to gains. That's the ultimate goal about this. This is for gains, and if you're willing to do what it takes for gains, you'll take the creatine. And I'm not sponsored by any creatine supplement brand, but I wish I was. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. I hope you guys found it informative. Please leave a comment if you liked the video. Please leave a like if you like it, leave a thumbs up. And subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I have fitness videos, I have workout videos, same thing. I have reviews, and I'm gonna have videos like this more often. Peace out, guys.